final call. Let me explain how drastically important it is. Because again, you know, they say social disorders are they are like a hair-thin situation, because if you read about sociopathism, you'll see that when tapping on to the different sites where the doctors are explaining this disorder, they will say that this is a very hair-thin situation, because what you're dealing with here, you see, the symptoms of it all, it describes just about everybody in society. You see what I'm saying? Everybody in society. Yeah, you're damn right it describes everybody in society, because that's what came through that wormhole. You see? And it's affecting us what? All. To the point that here today, what you see is signs of the terror dome manifesting itself everywhere you go, because people, listen, are agitated, stressed out, and are virtually starting to attack each other physically. I'm talking about physical fights. You see, where what me and my wife was going through is just a sign of what every relationship will suffer. You follow me? And they said that the worst thing you can do is tell a sociopath that you know they're a sociopath. And I broke all them damn rules. Here it is. I looked Miko right in the face and I said, I don't give a damn what this shit say. Sociopath or not, they say it can't be healed if you don't catch it before the person is 15 years old. And it comes about through some sort of traumatic experience that they incur while as a child, right? Well, I told Miko, I don't care what it say. You gonna be the first one to get healed, right? Because as far as I'm concerned, sociopath or not, to me, you just Miko. And I don't give a damn. Every time you show one of these signs of being this demon, because don't fool yourself. A sociopath is a demon because it attacks divine love at its root, meaning anyone who shows it love. You see what I'm saying? These people will listen to me, out and out, go out their way to kick, scratch, kill, enslave, tear down the very people who show it love. You follow me? That's why I was so very fucking upset, because I'm saying, when my mother dies, if my mother dies, when she dies, what am I going to remember? I'm going to remember all the stress, all the pain, all the different things that this woman caused my mother. Because my mother said she would never allow Miko back into her home. Never. Not once. And now keep in mind, and why? Because she stole from her, which is what another symptom of sociopathism. In other words, they are kleptomaniacs by nature. These people will steal you out of house and what? Home with a smile on their face. Listen, they're extremely charming, extremely witty. I mean, they will make you love them. And then the very people who love them, they will enslave. Now watch this. Let me tell you. Okay, so my mother says, I will not let Miko back into my home no matter what. Why? Because she stole from me. And I says to her, well, if you don't let her in, Mama, I'm not coming. Why? Because on the other side of that, you have divine love. Divine love does not abandon its own. Divine love stands there no matter what. You see what I'm saying? Like, in other words, we are not into saying, I love you, but I'm no longer in love with you. That is a ludicrous statement. You see, that is a statement that is made by those who stand on the square. Okay? What do I mean by that? Well, okay, you have your Masonic community, first off, who, in all reality, worship the square because this is their symbol. I don't care, even if you listen now, look at the compass and the square, which is their symbol, and in the middle of it there's a G. And they say the G stands for, listen, God. It does not stand for God. It stands for genitalia. But the jinn will tell you just about anything. Why? Because to them a lie becomes as good as the truth as long as you get somebody to what? Believe it. Yeah. You follow me? Now, so again, they will gas you up with high octane, telling you just about anything, keyword, you want to hear. Now really let that sink in. Anything you want to what? Hear. All of us want to be loved. All of us want to give love and what? Receive love. So without question, we are starving for, listen, something here today which is fading away, you see, only due to the fact that we have so many forces that have surmounted what? Against us. Now meanwhile, you will say, everybody knows mathematics is an exact science. I don't care what you say. It is a mathematical fact that if you move one thing in a mathematical equation, everything on the other side of that equal sign changes. That is a mathematical fact. Now, meanwhile, how come no one amongst you ever took the time to say, well, wait a minute. If the circle is 360 degrees, and it is, which means it has 180 degrees of positivity on one side, 180 degrees of negativity on the other side. And in its center there is 360 degrees of knowledge, which is supposedly the knowledge of all things. Right? Now meanwhile, you have yet another geometrical symbol, which is the square. Now notice, geometrical. So who brought all this controversy into existence? Was it us? No. You want to know why? Because geo came into existence, the word geo came into existence by virtue of the fact the Greeks, who were Ashtar command personified, listen now, started to mispronunciate the word ki, which was the name of this planet after it had been split in two. You see, because first it was called Tiamat, meaning maiden of water. And it was split in two, and ball lightning is what produced, listen, the sun that sits in the, listen, the center of this planet, that is, 7,000 miles in diameter, 7,000 miles in circumference, you see? And it is 7,000 miles up underneath your feet. And around it, there's a tropical place that is called Agratar. Agratar, which is just another way of saying, listen, aggravate or agitate. You follow me? Because again, what you have here is Ohel, which means the tabernacle of the Most what? High, which also produced the word hell. Don't fool yourself, because then you'll say hello, and I'll say, yeah, you're right. Hell is low. And every time you pick up a phone and answer it and say hello, do you realize what type of strength you are giving to this devil and its system? Instead of saying, hi, may I help you? Or yes, what can I do for you? You see, yes is a definite positive response, while no is a definite what? Negative. You see? And anything you are ashamed of, hear it? Ashame, Ashtar. Ashame, Ashtar. Anything that you got ash in front of, like ashes to ashes and dust to dust, and they have you walking around with a symbol of a small electric chair on your forehead on Ash Wednesday, you see, with these ashes on your forehead, which is equivalent to when you put a cross on your head or a cross anywhere. Let me tell you something. They got you crossed up in a real way because you're looking at a symbol of death, not a symbol of what? Life. You see? So it's equal to wearing a small electric chair around your neck. And the only place they hang crosses, listen, because I did not die on the cross. Let me tell y'all something right now. I lived to be 120 years old in that life. And I was taken up in a Isra, a whirlwind. See, because the truth of the matter is that the means by which to circumvent death, listen, was afforded to me. However, in lives to come, Tahuti asked me, well, if you know how to circumvent death, why are you still willing to die? I said, because death is a beautiful part of life. If you die, ready, right. If you want to see how to die right, there's a movie with Halle Berry in it. I think it's called Babs. Matter of fact, I know it is. And isn't that something? Because when you say Bab, now you're talking about one of the stones in the Urim Thummim. Bab represents a gateway. You follow me? Now, if that shit don't figure in, I'll tell you right now, y'all are not paying very close attention. Because go back, look at the Urim Thummim, and you will say, well, what is the Urim Thummim? For all you newcomers out there, the Urim in Hebrew means stones of perfected guidance. No, stones of perfection. Watch now. And Thummim means of perfected guidance. You follow me? The Urim and Thummim, the Levitical priests wore behind the breastplate. It was a bag of stones whose carvings or symbols on the stone. Now that gets you right back to what? Windows what? Ready? Symbols. Because in Al-Islam, you have a minaret, which is where they call the ATUN from. Watch now. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Nashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Nashhadu an Muhammadan Rasulullah. Now, what you're talking about is harmonic minors in music. Harmonic minors. Like when I say, listen. Dee-doo-doo-doo-doo, dee-doo-doo-doo-doo, boom, boom, boom. You hear that? That's a harmonic what? Minor. Dee-doo-doo-doo-doo, dee-doo-doo-doo-doo, boom, boom, boom. Here you go. Harmonic minors. Always where there's life, one thing's plain and so, nothing stays the same. It changes and it starts to grow. Harmonic what? Minors. And believe it or not, it is your harmonic minors that will lead you to all of your major situations. Because we are not the minorities of today. We are the majority. And in order to bring back, I told you, I'm giving you each a key, which is in a phrase that says, watch, I will remember everything. And so I told you there would come a day where the situation will recreate itself. And the order is that when I ask you, I'm going to ask. I'm going to say to you, excuse me, students. And you'll say, yes, master. And I'll say, I have my key. Do you have yours? And you'll say, yes, master, I have my key. And I'll say, on the count of three, pull it out. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Now, and I said there will come a day where there'll be 500 in number, sitting in a room, an auditorium, where I will ask everyone, do they have their what? Keys. And all of you master students will be there that what? Day. 500 or better in number. And everybody was saying, yes, master, I have my key. And I'll say on the count of three, pull it out. 1, 2, 3. Woo! And I told you what you all will hear that day. We will sound like shit. We will sound like fucking Oh man, you talking about why? Because that will show everybody how much we all are out of tune with each what? Other. And keep in mind, I'm at ATUN-RE. I'm here to tune you up like a tuning fork. You follow me? Because again, your body is like an instrument. If indeed you look at an instrument, like a guitar for instance, you will see that there is a small space in between each string. And that space is a necessity. Because if indeed that space was not there between each string, instead of creating music, the instrument would create, ready, noise. So that represents the arguments in your home, across the land. All of the disorder and ready, chord. This what? Chord. And a chord is struck by 4 musical what? Notes. That then will produce, listen, harmony. And the many will no longer be harmed by the arguments and the fights that are the preliminary steps to the terror what? Dome. You see, the will that this place is to become, if you and I do not join what? Together what? Now. Because I told you, when I move, you move. Just like that. Without hesitation, because you can get with this, or you can get with what? That. I told you all this a long time, what? Ago. And now, that day is upon you. So, how many of you will sit up and say, but wait a minute, I got a life of my own. Yeah, but nigger, negro, nigress, niglet, let me say, you niglets out there, didn't you niglets, listen, dedicate your life to the Most High a long time ago? So if you did dedicate your life, and you did, when you joined the Ansar community, you dedicated your life and your services to the what? Most what? High. How do you have a life of your own? Then becomes the question. If you dedicated your life and your services, your breath and your death, and your rebirth, your resurrection, you dedicated it all to the what? Most High. Saying that you was Abdullah. Nigga, don't tell me, niglet. I was there with you. I walked amongst you. I watched you when you said these things and you took Shahada. You see, saying, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu. I was there with you, niggas, niglets, negroes, and all of the above, and all of the below. Nigga, you want to talk to me, I'll talk back now. I'm going to tell you just like it T.I. is. And whether you like it or not, I didn't tell you 2,000 years ago, it is expedient that I leave you, because if I don't leave you, the Comforter will not come. I didn't say that. They misquoted me. I said, comfort would not come your way. Why? Because growth is not promoted through a state of comfort. Growth is promoted through a state of discomfort. What I was saying is, as long as I'm with you, I'm going to keep telling y'all the truth. Whether this makes you uncomfortable or what, not. It's going to hurt, listen, me just like it hurts what? You. Because I have to deliver to you a truth now, listen, that you don't want to hear. And I know you don't. Especially in a day in which you think you got it going on. You know, you got your car, you got your house, you got your job, you're doing just fine, right? You're doing all these things, right? But you don't realize what none of that shit given to you, listen, by some mysterious spook god in the sky. It was given to you by my Father, who, let me tell you something, answers to the Most High. Because his name is Mikael, which is a statement, y'all. Who dares, nigga, to be like Anu? Who dares to be like El? Any one of you Negroes, let me tell you something. My Father's a raging, what? Angel. I am the angel Gabriel. Yeah. And that's real. Now you all might say, well, how did Gabriel give birth to Yeshua? And I'll tell you because, listen, I and my Father am one. It was Michael who done that there. Y'all just didn't know. See, because you keep forgetting the overlap in the situation. The two that become the what? One. Niggas, y'all don't know. I do. I'm here to tell you. I'm here blowing the horn of warning right what? Now. And if anybody think they can do, listen, if you think you can sit my seat better than me, I'll give you more than I will say, go right ahead. Nigga, please. Guaranteed you won't sit there, what? Long with the responsibility that is attached to it. Because let me tell you something, the weight of it will crush you as it did me. But there's only one from amongst you qualified to be the Messiah, and that's me. Anybody who thinks that they can produce this truth, listen, all this new information, nigga, step forward or forever hold your what? Peace. Because you niggas ain't doing nothing but, listen, giving up a regurgitated information that Baba gave to you, my father gave to you a long time ago. It's real easy to present to newcomers old information, pretending as if it is new. Because the newcomer ain't going to know whether it was old or new anyway. So all you good Harold Hoteps and your good all you good talking, wanting to be me times 3 people. See, you don't carry the signature of Anu. And Baba told you all in a film called How Do You Prove the Existence of Anu? He told you, anyone who is bringing the new info what? Mason carries the signature. And ain't not one of you Negroes giving up nothing what? New. Y'all niggas is saying the same shit over and over and over again, which leaves our people feeling just as bad as Farrakhan. Farrakhan will talk real good about all the things the black man done been through. But at the end of that, you're saying, now what do we do? And the nigga don't tell you nothing. Meanwhile, you leave the auditorium feeling just as empty as you did when you fucking walked in there. And if anybody can present a plan better than the one I do, real people party. See, nigga jeans. See, who are bikes. See, RTC soda. See, y'all niggas don't know your order, but you think you do and you what? Don't. Now that's what you better start to understand. Because the worst thing you can do is stand up and say, I know that. Oh, Lord have mercy. That is the damnedest, stupidest thing. Let me tell you what I mean. There are beings who sit in high seats of authority on this planet, both on this planet and off, who will be listening to you stand up and make a fool out of yourself talking about, I know that. See, and what they would then say, well, okay, good old dummy, think he or she know it, well, they don't need to know nothing, what, more or new. And they will literally cut your water off, which is exactly what they will what do. Don't you see that your greatest discoveries, your greatest achievements came through a willingness to admit first and foremost that you didn't know? You see, it's better to come to me and say, Baba, I can't remember, than to stand in my face and lie, triple time. Because let me tell you something. Have you ever seen a Negro who, listen, watch this, done what they done? Strike one, that they know they had no business. Strike two, they lie about it. Right in your face. The people who lying here today will look you right in the eyes. Because they done practice how to do that shit. In fact, that's one of the only times they will look you in the eyes is when it's just to lie their asses all the way there and all the way back too. And while the motherfucker who's telling you the truth be looking at the ground constantly saying, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I just told you the damn truth. Fuck it. What you want me to say? See? The reversing of the orders. It ain't the way it used to be. And yeah, like I say, look, if I'd rather check this out. And then strike 3 becomes when, listen, they know you know they lying, and they just keep on lying anyway. Now that is what you call some dumb shit. Motherfucker, strike 1, you're done what you're done. Strike 2, check this out. You lied about it. Strike 3, you knew I knew you was lying, and you just kept right on to the bitter end. That is, you know, motherfucker, you start convincing yourself of your own goddamn lie. Because you know in order to be convincing, that's what you had to do. And motherfucker, you stand up and next thing you know, you get into your own goddamn illusion. And you ain't fooling nobody but, listen, you. Damn fool. Because again, they do what they do under the circle and the square. And I don't care. Nigga, everywhere you go. Look at any news publication, any magazine, you understand me? And look at any article or ad that shows that's about time. If it shows a clock, guaranteed the clock will be set to 10 minutes after 10. That's that right 90-degree angle. See, nigga? What you don't know now, nigga. I'm gonna tell you what you don't know, because you niggas think y'all know every what damn thing. And let me tell you something, Negro, being who still needs to grow, you don't know absolutely what in the scheme of what. You better ask somebody whose name is, listen, ATUN-RE or Rashul L. here today. See, now, what you want to say to me about that? You and your good all-mind self. You gonna mind somebody, trust me. When I say, and you don't cut off your nose because you're mad at your face. You got a bunch of dumb Negroes out there who will cut their nose right off, just like Michael Jackson. Like I tell them, I'm Michael Jackson. Come on. But I ain't no damn fool. I'm not going to cut my nose off because I'm mad at my face, because God knows you going to need that, what, nose. You see, in order to know what you need to what? Know, in order to get you by here, what? Today. Because I don't care what you say, right knowledge is all that and a bag of potato chips. It's in their mainframe. They call it a virus. Let me tell you something. It's fucking their whole chop up. But that's what Baba was sent to what? Do, damn it. And I came with a thing, I say, well, okay. Right knowledge provided you with the good sense enough to say, anytime somebody come to you with something, to say, prove it. Shut their asses up right what? There. Shut their asses up and down at the same what? Time. Motherfucker, get it out my what? Face. Because if you can't prove what you got to what? Say, I don't want to what? Hear it, is what Baba taught you. Then I came along, I said, introduce to you step what? 2. I said, now we're going to bring a thing called right now knowledge. Which if it ain't helping me right what? Now, what good is it, damn it? If it ain't going to do something for me right what? This what? Minute, get it out my what? Face. Because that's the only time that counts, y'all. Yesterday's gone forever. It ain't no such thing as yesterday. Why? Because there is no yes in yesterday. Can you bring it back? No. Did you get it done? No. Do you even know it even occurred? It could have been a dream for all you know. So it should have been called No Day. And the question then becomes, does tomorrow ever come? And the answer is no. Want to know why? Because the minute it gets here, it's called today. So tomorrow's in a constant state of coming, by which it never, I repeat, never arrives. So all you have is what's going on right what? Now. So stay in the now. Each and every one of you. Because the now is a gift to you. Want to know how you know? Because it's called the present. It's wrapped up in a nice, neat little bow. Like in Boaz, that which is above, and that which is what? Below. You better think you better ask somebody. And then notice what I say. Like in Boaz, the bow tie. Of who? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad? No. Of Minister Louis Farrakhan, though. Right? Now, wait a minute. Oh, was the Honorable Elijah Muhammad wearing a bow tie too? Well, because when Louis Lomax sat there with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, now notice what I called him. The Honorable. Nigga, please. Y'all niggas better know it. The greatest one man, please, to step on the soil of the wilderness of North America. Is what Baba called it. And to this day, I call him that also. Want to know why? Because you all better learn how to support your own. Because you ain't had but a hand, what? Full, the noble Drew Ali. You see? Noble. Honorable. These are titles that without question have to be dignified and kept in the place to be. Of, honorability, dignity. And where we all stand up and give, praise to. Because they suffered to give to you what you got here today. Without them Negroes, you Negroes out there, wouldn't be no real niggas here right what now. Including me. See? So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was asked by Louis Lomax, can the devil be converted? And his response was, not ready. Nowadays, we should have told you all something. That a day is a what? Coming. That good old Lou will be converted what? True. And guess who will do the converting to his butt? Me. That's who. Because, listen, nigga, I'm the one who can take something dirty and wipe it clean. And I don't give a damn how dirty it is. Let me tell you something. My very being is the ammonia. The soil of vomit. My very being is the cleanser, the 409, the number 13, Quatercent. That's me. Y'all better know it. And I don't care. And no, I'm not Anunnaki. And no, I'm not Natiru. And no, I am not Nomos. I'm a Nutrazoid. You didn't see? I'm every race there what? Is. And I'm the only one amongst the 24 elders who can lay claim to that, because I come from a very dignified place and space called the neutral what? Zone. That you have to have clearance to get into. And you go around messing up button in there, you'll go in and won't never what? Come what? Out. You better ask somebody. And wasn't that the way Jesus was supposed to be anyway? I'm every race there is. I'm, Native American. I'm Hispanic, Puerto Rican, Trinidadian. Cuban, Santo Domingan, Mexican, and the list goes of, Asian. Listen now, man, please. And if you look at me, you'll start to figure it what? Out. And ain't that what your grandmama told you Jesus would be? Stupid, dummy, nuts of all different kinds and flavors. You know, cashew nuts. Boiled peanuts. You know what I mean? Every type of nut you want to be out there, you niggas have what? Become. And I'm saying, Lord, have what? Mercy. Because I'm sure if they knew better, they would have produced it by what? Now. That's how you know. Because look at the fruit of your labor. If indeed you knew how, then why isn't the fruit of your labor, seen all around you? It should be seen in every place at one what? Time. By every eye to take notice that yes, these are the greatest people on the planet who have done what? Something. Something. Since Baba. And ain't now one. Nigga, which one of you Negroes can stand up and lay claim to having done, something to that degree? Something. Well, let me tell you something. My work precedes me. You see the fruit of my labor all around. You don't know? You better go and look in the archives of this show. Better go and listen. Read the words in the living book and start to understand it as you read and hold your head up and manifest right there in front of you. That's the magic of the Magi. You better know it. And I don't care what you say. Yeah, I'm the child they looking for. Why? Because the alchemy of the child is the most profound. Without question, I'm James Bond. Bonded, word is Bond, B-O-N-D, working for His Majesty Secret Service. And the secret shall remain sacred because everything ain't for everybody. And ancient means it ain't sent to every one of y'all, because some of y'all is some good, dumb, stupid, man, please. The wrong is 2 left shoes, 3 sizes too small, super stupid, triple dumb, backwards ass Negroes. You see? And want to sit up and point fingers at what those who are sent here to save your butt is doing. You see? Because like I told you, it's going to become a real personal situation now when somebody near you dies. See, because I tell you now, people are about to start dying by the groves. Niggas, get what? Ready. Niggas, get ready. Niggas, Negroes, nigglets, you know, and all of the above, all the good nuts out there. Let me tell you something. Get ready. People you know about to start what? Dying. And it ain't going to hurt until it hit in your home. Then it's going to be a personal situation. And I told you, these people will first die from, listen, conventional means. And you're going to think that these conventional means are, listen, just happening because that's the way nature planned it. No, these are unnatural deaths. They're being orchestrated against you by, listen, high-ranking Freemasons. Because let me tell you something, they got a switch, listen now, that they can flip on the wall. They will take every bit of electricity out your ass with the quickness, and to the ground you will fall. How do I know? Because they used it against me. They used it against the brother, listen, Mr. Flores. And we're exposing their ass to the entire American public to let every human being know, watch out. Because your governmental agency is trying to wipe everybody out who they seem or deem to be, listen, not part of their program, which is unconstitutional to say the very least, and which is breaking, listen, world law to say even more. And let me tell you something, we're going to keep pulling the covers off of you and your demonic ass scheme, those of you who are the confused, who sit in between God and the devil, who sit in between good and evil, who sit in between light and darkness, because them demons, listen, are far worse than the devil could ever be. And that's the confused, which is asked our command. They will kill you, telling you they love you. What part of the game is that? Man, how you going to tell me you love me? Listen, pat me on the back with one hand and stabbing me in the heart with the other. If that ain't confusion at its highest level, just like the name ISIS is. That which is and that which is not. Listen, at the same time, any of you sisters out there who took on the name ISIS, I swear, if y'all don't drop that name, and stop giving praise to a person who caused a civil war in our land in ancient Tamaray. Only because she aligned herself in the desert on the way to her wedding to be married to me. Ain't that a bitch? She showed up in Tamaray with, listen, about 20 or 30 sisters who had secretly aligned themselves by involving themselves in a great orgy in the desert with Ashtar command as willing sacrifices. By free will offering, they became, listen, lesbians. Listen now, because when you say commandment, what you're saying is the same-sex union act of 2 men that was never meant to be. Because thy God is a jealous God, there shall be no other gods before him. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me, listen now, the creator of a bird, the creator of a tree, the creator of every blade of grass and every insect that exists in between, the creator of every star in the galactical heavens, and everything that exists in between here and there, is jealous? And if he is jealous, please tell me, who is he jealous what? Of? Because if he's the all-knowing, then wouldn't he know that nothing could equal him? And if he would know nothing could equal him, what would be the reason to be jealous in the first place? My God is not a jealous God, and neither is yours. Want to know why? Because jealousy is an attribute of a man who is a homosexual in a real way. Why? Because his name was William Tisdale, watch now, who was involved with King James, who was a, listen, homosexual, listen now, who, listen, killed his wife so that he could continue to be with his lover, who was William Tisdale. And he said, Bill and William Tisdale was so egotistical that he wanted to sign his name to every work he embarked upon. And King James said, but Bill, you can't sign your name to this, Bill. This is the Bible. You can't sign your name to this. And he was so fucking egotistical, he signed his name any what way. He was 46 years old. Go to the 46th chapter of the book of Psalms and don't count the word Selah, because Selah merely means to stand up and salute or salat. You see, worship. Do you follow me? Now what? And so you count 46 words down and you will get the name William. Go to the bottom of the 46th chapter of the book of Psalms and count 46 words up and you will get the name Shakespeare. And William Tisdale and William Shakespeare don't go involved in him. They were particular new rule that was must be another deed. That's the swear to do on top. I will do on that self down. And we knew that, Tahuti knew it, the God men knew it, and I knew Shaw knew it, that you Negroes would listen, be the type of nuts that you have what? Become. Which is why, listen, we told you to hold tight to the hem of my God. Because we knew you would fail. You see, before you started, many of you. That's why I don't do no whole bunch of healing today. Because I said, man, if you pay attention a long time ago, every time I healed somebody, I would say, now get up and go and sin no more. Because I knew that, listen, if you did the things that you did to bring all that on you in the first place, all over again, any portion of it, it would come back on you 10 times. 10 times greater. That's why here today, I don't do it like I used to. Want to know why? Because I already know you niggas are not going to hold firm. When you get up and I say, now get up and go and do no wrong and love others like you know that I love you. I know most of you all ain't going to abide by that. The minute you say you will, I automatically know you won't. Because that's just how far you all have fallen. So I'll be hurting you more, listen, than helping you. Why would I set you up to fail? Just like you want to say, listen, first off, your God put us in a garden and told us what not to eat, right? Wait a minute. And he said they teach you in Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, listen, that this God or Allah or Jehovah is the all-knowing, the all-wise, right? That he knows things even before it comes into existence. This is what they teach. Watch now. And that, listen, he gave you the gift of will. Watch. So that he can see by way of your choices whether or not you would be worthy of the paradise as opposed to the hell's fire. Now, they teach you this in Christianity, they teach you this in Judaism, and they teach you this in Al-Islam. I don't care what you say, that is a common denominator amongst the 3 monotheistic religions which span the globe. Now what? Now, let's take it away from religion for a minute. I'm a school teacher. I teach a class of 30 students. At the end of a 30-day time span, I implement what is called a test. Why do I implement that test? Do you know Metatum?
See if you learn something.
So I can see which one of my students, listen, I can give a passing or failing what? Grade. Correct?
Correct.
Now wait a minute. I'm the all-knowing. I know things even before it comes into existence. Wouldn't I know which one of my students would pass or fail the test prior to me giving it? And if I would know which one of my students would pass or fail the test prior to me giving it, then what would be the reason to give the test in the first place? Now let's go back to religion. Religion teaches you that, listen, this God or Allah or Jehovah put Adam in a garden, right? And told him what not to eat. First off, didn't he know when he put the tree there that Adam would eat therefrom? So what are you telling me? My God set me up to fail? And what type of God is that? And then, wait a minute, are you going to tell me, listen, that that's an all-loving and kind God who sets me up to fail and then punishes me because I do fail, to the point that I got to pick my food through thorns, right? My woman has got to feel the pains of childbirth and menstruation, right? And we have to suffer on and on and on like Erykah Badu did. Why? Because my God set me up to fail? Why? Because he said, he put, listen, Adam in the garden and told him what not to eat, so that he could see by way of Adam's choices whether or not Adam was worthy of the paradise as opposed to the hellfire. But wait a minute. If you are the all-knowing and you know things even before it comes into existence, then what would be the reason for you to see? You see? They tell you you are given the gift of free will. Well, let me tell every one of y'all in the listening audience. Will is not free unless you exercise your will in the right direction. Because if you exercise your will in the wrong direction, guaranteed, listen now, there's a price tag attached to that. It's called karmatic debt that you will pay, including me. No one is exempt from that fact. You follow? So you exercise your will in the wrong direction if you want to. And you know how they say, there's no such thing as right and wrong, there's only what's right to you. What if an act of devilishment is right to you? What does that make you? That's right, a devil, and admit it. You see? Because if there wasn't no such thing as right and wrong, and there's only what is right to you, why did Baba call it right knowledge, fool? There is such thing as right and what? Wrong. You see? Just like there is such thing as love and fear. Notice I didn't say love and hate. Because again, your love has got to be stronger than your what? Fear. Fear gives off an odor. Oh dear. And it stinks. Let me tell you something. And whether you like it or not, again, this information is hot. Meaning, I'm dropping it like it's what? Hot. Because that's what it what? Is. And every one of you Negroes out there know it. And if anybody, any one of you Negroes want to think you can get in the ring with this, I invite you to come on. Because I'm letting you know your arms are too short to box with God. Nigga, and regardless, you don't want to be without God again. Now tell me you do, and listen, and I'll slap you upside the head, because everybody in this forum will know you lying, because this forum has been designed just for you, and for them also. That's why the whole world is waiting to hear what I got to say what? Next. So, I don't care, yeah, let's get down with it now, because we can do the James Brown. You know, because I want to get up and do my thing, you know, like a 777 machine. Doing it, man. From the TOP, baby doll. That will reveal a bottom line, that should reveal a center, that should have the ability to center you what? All in mid-format. You follow me? Having a well-rounded, not education, because education is an edited dictation. That's a summary. Having a well-rounded allery, because the all is, nigga, just like you and me. And you can't be less than the who it is you what? Are. And the one thing you can't do is go backwards in information. You can't unlearn something you come to know. So anybody who hears these words, too late, gotcha. Too late. Because try to unlearn what it is. Nigga, the shit I'm saying will stick to your ribs, and you'll think about this shit even when you don't want to. Be sitting there minding your business, and it'll rise inside of you genetically, nigga. Because I'm pulling the triggers for you all to have the genetic explosions. Listen, because when the truth is told, you can feel it. Because I'm not teaching you something you all don't already what? No, but at the same time I am. Just like I'm not in space, I'm out of space. But at the same time I'm out of space, I'm in space. Because there's no such thing as space, because space is always filled. And there's no such thing as outer space, because I'm sitting in space right what? Now. Now y'all put that on your crown and twirl it round and try to get, listen, the things that you supposed to out of that. Because again, they keep hitting you with the compass and the square. And in the middle of it, I swear, they say is a G. Only because they've mispronunciated the word key, which was the planet's name, which was spelled QI, which represented Quarterson and ISIS. See, because that woman belonged to me. Yeah, that's right. She was on her way to be wed to me. On a 70-day horse and camel ride from Mesopotamia, where they messed up everything that pertained to you and me. Listen, because Nana sat the throne, and because he involved himself, listen, in the killing of Hammurabi, who was Baba, in yet another life, whose name was Dumunzi, until he was 23. Once he turned 24, he changed his name to Hammurabi and went right up into the throne of the room of Nana and listen, put the hammer down. That's right, he was called Lord, what? Rabboni Hamud. You see? Rabboni Hamud, Lord of the hammer. Yeah. You think you didn't? Put the hammer down. You see? And what the deal is when he went in there, what? There were those who didn't like the fact that he was talking about sexual ethics amongst us. He wrote the code of Hammurabi. And on that note, he'd see all of Mesopotamia was involving themselves, in an inappropriate means of sexual intercourse, because there was no ethics to it. Your Romulan black devil cousins would see a tree, listen now, that had honey coming out of it with bees and walk up and stick their dick in that. They didn't give a fuck about how many times they got stuck. They was fucking the tree and didn't give a fuck what you had to say. They say, well, fuck it, let me fuck that. And this is what a lot of them Romulans are doing right here, what? Today. They don't give a fuck who they fuck, just so long as they fuck something, what? Up and down and in the wrong fucking what? Way. See? Running around causing chaos and confusion amongst us all. And those are black demons. Don't fool yourself. They're real black demons. The devil, man, what? The devil wasn't white before he was black, because the devil came from amongst us. You didn't know? Nigga was running around causing mischief and chaos a long time. I got to urinate. Hold on. Set that thing on pause. Set it on pause. I got to go to the bathroom.
Greetings, family. Thank you for tuning in to another Midformation broadcast brought to us by ATUN-RE The Real Messiah. We'll be back.